going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I am Chad, the Reseller Rockefeller. So today we're actually going to be talking about two different things. I made a video earlier and I was going to end up finishing that video, but I got tied up. I got really busy, so I wasn't able to finish that video. So I'm going to kind of merge that video into this video. And what it is it's showing you how I built this photo booth behind me. So for all of you that have been following my channel, you know that I have a huge warehouse outside just to the right of my home. And I have my photo booth set up in there, my big photo booth, and that's where I usually photograph all of the items that I list, but that warehouse is not air conditioned or is it insulated, so it gets extremely hot. So I decided to build a photo booth inside so I can start taking pictures. Well, I could do more pictures and be more productive right here in the comfortable AC of my home. So that's exactly what I did. So let me go ahead and add that video in and then we'll be right back. What's going on YouTube? So this is my new photo booth inside of my office. For all of you that have been following my channel, you know that I have a photo booth, but it's out in the warehouse. But my warehouse gets extremely hot, so I decided to build a photo booth inside my office. I moved my computer over here. This is where I sit and do all of my listing. And right behind me is going to be my photo booth, so I can bring items from the warehouse inside and enjoy the comfortable AC instead of being out there in that really hot warehouse. So I just wanted to show everybody this photo booth, and you know, hopefully somebody can learn something, or maybe they want to build one of these themselves. This is a very simple setup. This is a fold-out card table. I think these card tables are, I want to say they're like 3 foot by 3 foot maybe, but I purchased 2 pieces of wood. And these pieces of wood are 2 foot by 4 foot. So now the table is 4 foot wide by 4 foot, and there is the roll of seamless paper. This is just a shower curtain, which is very cheap at Lowe's. You can buy this shower curtain for like $7. You can buy these brackets for like $6 or $7, and the wood is about $10 each. So, you know, like 35 bucks, and you can build this entire setup. The seamless background paper, this is a roll of it. This is a brand new roll, and I'm gonna unroll this, and it's gonna make a perfect setup for taking photography pictures of items, you know, taking photos of items and putting it on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna have plenty enough room to flat lay clothing. If I have clothing, jackets, pants, bigger items like stereo equipment, anything of that nature, this is going to be big enough for it. That's why I actually used the piece of wood instead of just using the table, because I need a bigger surface for photographing larger items. So let me go ahead and unroll this seamless paper and give you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's finished. Alrighty, so this is exactly what it looks like with the paper unrolled, and you know, you always want the paper to be kind of at a curve so that your white background has that real nice seamless background, especially, you know, when I put my photography lights on each side. When I take a picture of an item that's going to be stationary in the middle of this, you're not going to be able to see anything but white. This is a very simple setup that is very affordable, and it's gonna, you know, make sure that your pictures are extremely good and professional. So, you know, this is obviously something that, you know, I have perfected over many years of photographing items. I have used so many different materials. I've used so many different, you know, things and different methods of making a photo booth or a photo table. And by far, you know, this method is very simple, very easy, affordable, and it works really well. And over the years, I've learned the measurements of a table that you need, especially if you're going to photograph clothing, needs to be at least 4 foot wide and at least 4 foot, you know, by 4 foot, because, you know, when you lay a big sweater out or a jacket, you need to make sure that you can take a photo and it completely be white from one end to one end and from top to bottom. So this is a perfect size table for doing that. And this also works really good with small items, medium items, whatever the case may be. And it's extremely sturdy, so I could put really heavy items on it and I don't have to worry about it. This is a very easy setup. I'm gonna go get my lights now and put my lights on each side of the table and start photographing some items. Alrighty, this is it with the lights set up. As you can see, it has turned out extremely good. That paper doesn't show any, wrinkles, any shadows or anything, especially with these big, box lights. And this works out great. This is gonna be super easy to take photographs, and it's gonna, make things much, much easier for me, so I don't have to photograph items out in that warehouse because, like I said before, that warehouse, it's great. I love it. It's extremely big, and it's just a wonderful, place to store all my items and to, run a business out of. But as of right now, the warehouse has no air conditioning. So it's probably going to be another 6 months before I can get the air conditioning installed and get the warehouse completely insulated. So until then, this will be my area, this little office. I will be spending a lot of time in here listing items on that computer and photographing items right here at this photo booth. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Hopefully somebody can use some of these little details and things. This is just hoping that I give somebody an idea. Maybe their photo booth is not what they like and they want to upgrade and they want to make something that's easily accessible, easy to use, and also affordable. And I hope this helps somebody achieve that. So yeah, these lights that I'm using, these are Photo Studio, LS Photo Studio lights. These are really good because you can individually control each light bulb. So if you don't need it that bright, you can actually, adjust the brightness, and it works out great. But I usually keep them on full blast, and it works out wonderful. Alrighty. So as you can see, that is the photo table, photo booth. I just call it a photo booth. It really does work. It really did work out great. Actually, I've been using it all day. I've listed, not only have I photographed about 60 items, but I've listed about 35 of those items, and it works out like, it works like a dream. So that is the new photo table, and for all of you out there, especially those that had messaged me in the past about photography and photo tables, I've been asked questions numerous times before on how do I take pictures, what's the best way to take pictures. And it seems that, that's a question that I get all the time. And that's something that, there's so many videos out there about photography. There's so many better videos than anything that I could ever publish. So you need to get out there and you need to investigate and research for yourself, because I'm not a professional, but I can show you, little things that I do to make my business run smoother and to be more productive and to actually be able to take photographs not only efficiently, but effectively. Your photographs need to be, superb. In this business, photographs, speaks for 1,000 words. I mean, it definitely does sell an item. If you have crappy photos, your item isn't gonna sell. But if you have really good photos, you could damn near sell a crappy item as long as you have good photos. So definitely, if you are not working with a halfway decent photo table, then I would recommend building something like this. It's extremely cheap. You can get all of the supplies at like a Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can make it work pretty fast. You can be up and running as long as you got some good lights. I don't ever recommend getting the umbrella lights. Those umbrella lights just never work that good. I always recommend getting these box lights so you can put on the diffusers and you can make it as dim or as bright as you want. So this is my photo setup. that was the last video from earlier today. I'm glad I got to show you guys that photo setup. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. We're gonna get into what I actually really wanted to talk about, which is an estate that I'm gonna be liquidating here in the next few months. So I got a call about 3 or 4 days ago from a gentleman saying that he needed some help. He had tons of items that he's trying to sell. So I ended up rushing directly to his house. I didn't want to miss out on the deal. And was I shocked? I mean, right when I pulled up, this guy had so much stuff on a huge piece of property. He's been living there for the past 35 years. He was an engineer. He's now retired, and he has one of those houses that all men dream of. It's like a man cave slash, it has a shop, it has a shooting range. He has so many items. He has CNC machines, welders, motorcycles, dirt bikes, antiques, collectibles, pinball machines. He has tons and tons and tons of stuff. So I was really honored to actually get his business, and he was actually recommended by somebody that I actually bought bunches of stuff from a few years ago. So that shows you the power of networking, building relationships, communicating with people, getting your name out there, because it will always come around, and it will always it will always be able to benefit you some way, some form or fashion, no matter what. Even if it's years later, it's still, benefiting me still to this day. And it's really exciting. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm super stoked about this. I kind of did a thorough walkthrough, but I didn't really go through everything. So I got to go back over there within the next few days. Get him to sign the contract. For all of you, I'm not going to be doing a estate buyout. I know that I tell most of my viewers that I no longer do estate liquidations. I did estate liquidations for about 8 years straight, and I love the business, but it was really hard work, really long hours, and I just enjoy buying the items and then reselling them when I can. I don't like doing estate liquidations, but I made a decision to go ahead and do this because of the estate, because of how much stuff he had, and all of the items were really good items. There was nothing that this guy purchased that wasn't top of the line name brand stuff. This stuff is going to be really easy to sell, and it's going to drive so much attention to the estate sale that I'm not gonna say it now, but before I end up doing the estate sale, I'm probably gonna be telling people that this is gonna be the biggest estate sale that I've ever done. So far, I have actually liquidated a few estates that were a little over $1 million. This one will probably breach 1.5, maybe even 2 million. So it's kind of hard to tell at this point because I don't know the details about the big pieces of equipment like the CNC machines. He has 2 really good high-tech CNC machines, and I'm not really sure about the details, but I know that those machines sell for a lot of money. He has tons of dirt bikes. He has some really old cars, and some of those Mustangs can really bring a lot of money. So it's going to take a lot of time just to prep this estate. But I'm willing to put in the hard work. I'm willing to get out there, get my hands dirty. I'm gonna have to hire a few helpers. I'm gonna have to bring in some of my family. I'm probably gonna bring in my father. I'm probably gonna bring in my brothers. And we're gonna liquidate this estate. It looks like it's probably gonna take us 3 or 4 weeks. Not only is it gonna take us 3 or 4 weeks just to liquidate it, but it's probably gonna take us 3 weeks just to prep the estate and get things set up ready for the sale. I also want to make sure that I have a good amount of time to do plenty of advertising. I want to advertise pretty much nationwide. Also, I want to make sure that I videotape everything. I want to share this experience with all of my viewers because I think it's going to be a really big learning experience for some of you that have never stepped into the estate business and you're thinking about giving it a shot. So that's why I'm going to do it, and it was really a motivating factor on one of the reasons why I actually chose to do this. I told myself a few years ago that I wasn't going to be doing any estate liquidations anymore, but I figured why not? Let's go ahead and knock this one out. There's going to be some really good money to be made, but there's also going to be tons of stuff that I'm going to be able to film. I'm going to try to do like a 5 or 6 part series, and I'm going to try to videotape pretty much everything from start to finish. I already talked to the owner and he gave me the okay, so hopefully we can start filming. Hopefully the next time that I go over there, he'll let me start filming. I'm not really sure on that, so don't hold me to it, but I'm definitely going to be able to film after we get that contract signed. And I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm already stoked about it. It's been a while. You know, I haven't done an estate liquidation in probably a year and a half. The last little estate that I liquidated was a really small place. It only took me 1 weekend, and it was only about $12,000 altogether. And we didn't really take a high percentage on that estate because of its size and the fact that it only took me a weekend. We did a very small percentage, and it really worked out good, especially for her, and I was glad to help her. She was a really old woman, and she really needed my assistance and my help. So that was the really good news that I wanted to make this video about, and I also wanted to share with you the photography table. Hopefully that can help somebody out there. If you're out there and you're watching this video and you need to up your game on a photography table, please take a look at this video, rewind it, take a look at it again. It's a really simple table to make. Go to Home Depot, buy the 2 foot by 4 foot pieces of wood. I actually bought the better stuff. You can buy cheaper stuff, and buy a roll of seamless background paper, buy a shower rod, and buy the 2 mounting brackets, and you're pretty much ready to go. Other than that, you're going to need some lighting. Hopefully you already have that, but if you don't have lighting, I recommend going to Amazon and buying the LS Studio lighting, which is the lighting that I have behind me. It works wonders. It has 5 light bulbs. I think it's like 4,000. I'm not really sure the size of the bulbs, but that's the best lighting kit for the money. I mean, I think that lighting kit with the 2 lights, and it comes with the stands, the weights, all that good stuff, I think it was less than $50. And it's a great lighting kit. So I hope that was something that can help somebody out there. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to do these videos soon. I can't wait to get to this estate and go ahead and get started. I wanna say thank you to everybody that comes to my channel and supports my channel and watches my videos. There's gonna be more content to come. I know that I say that more and more every time I make a video, but there is, now that I am kind of freed up by tons of stuff that's just been going on in my life with the internet here. We had some problems with some electric issues. Now that, you know, I'm trying to get settled into the new place, and I'm finally kind of at that point to where we're pretty much 100% settled in. So I'm going to be able to make more videos. I'm going to be bringing you better content. So stick with me, and you can guarantee that there's going to be some great videos to come. Until next time, folks, I really appreciate it. Peace.